Yo, God's people, I am in the studio for a special Tinspiration interview. And y'all know every interview, every song I play, everything's special. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we get on here. But I got my homie, my friend, my brother, Alex Vaught is in the building. What up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Aren't you the third?
Yeah, I'm the third.
You know what, brother? Let me not disrespect you. Like, Alex Vaught III is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Welcome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So like you said, I'm Alex Vaught III. I am grandson to Staff Sergeant Alexander Vaught Sr. in World War II. And my parents are Alex Vaught Jr. and Deborah Vaught. And I'm husband to Erica Denise Vaught, and my brothers are Adam and Aaron. And, no, I'm just kidding. Like nobody asked my family tree.
This feels like the book of Numbers.
right.
Begat. The man of God is in the studio. Welcome, man. Alex Vaught III. No, I appreciate you being here, bro. So before we get too deep in this interview, let me ask you a question. Let the people know how we know each other. You know what I'm saying? How do we know each other, man of God?
It's a small world because actually your wife, Tiff, like I feel like she's family because her grandmother and my grandmother were best friends in Unity Temple.
Wow.
They knew each other for like, my goodness, probably 50, 60 years, man.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's a small world. So automatically, like with Darren and Rebecca being family, you guys are automatically like family just by default.
So I don't even have a choice.
No, you don't have a choice, man. It's undeniable. And like you guys are a part of us and we not letting you go, man. So
man,
it's amazing how small the world is though. Yeah.
So my wife's grandmother and your grandmother were best friends for like 50, 60 years.
Yeah, man. Really good friends, man. Like when I was go over and visit my grandmother in recent years, before she passed, your mother, Tiff's grandmother would, come over and just see about her, bring gifts and stuff. And this is amazing. And I'm like, wow, now that I look at it, Tiff actually looks like a Claxton.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's like full circle. So
godly connections. Y'all see how I get on this show, man. I don't bring nobody on this show that ain't connected. No, I'm just joking. No, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a pleasure to know you. And I want to jump right into some deep questions. I want to get into your theology and your No, I'm just joking. Just like take it somewhere. I ain't tell you that's what it was
right,
about.
Yeah. Just set me up.
I brought you on the show to like rip you apart. Like,
right.
Bro, on what day did Jesus really rise?
Hey, man, I just with a turn the mic off.
The third? No, so recently, we've been knowing each other a few years now, man. And, had some great opportunities just chilling on quite a few times throughout the year. You made a post on like Facebook recently. And I'm like, it kind of blew me away because you were like doing some art. And you joke a lot.
Yeah.
So if you want me to be real, at first I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And you shared, like, I don't remember exactly how it went, but you shared this artwork. And you might have said that you were just getting back into it after a long time.
Yep.
And I was literally blown away at the finished product. It just blew me away because it's like a person has a hidden talent. So can you tell us for you, because I know it's people out there with talents, and sometimes you kind of throw a talent away because you feel like it's not useful. Walk us through, yourself as an artist. First of all, where did that talent or love develop? How and walk us through the process of kind of putting it aside and then what it's been like picking it back up.
I've always been a person that has loved art ever since I was a child. And actually my parents really facilitated that for me, especially my dad. They put me in art classes, painting classes, things like that. And it kind of grew from there, and a lot of people from my childhood actually knew me as the guy that could draw. Right. And so, as you get older, you get more busier, life happens and sometimes you can forget about your gift. And that's kind of what happened with me. I mean, I think I really just forgot, man. What happened one day, I was with my wife and we had her little cousin with us. Her name's Kayla, and Kayla likes to draw. So Kayla asked me to draw something, cause she was just bored. She was like, draw something, Alex. And I was like, all right. And I just started messing around with it. And she was like, "Oh, that's really good," And I was like, When I got done with that and we went home, I was like, wow, I actually used to draw,
Wow.
and it's amazing what a child can remind you of just by asking you to do something in passing. And I just did a quick sketch, and then I was like, now when I got home, I asked myself, like, why did you stop drawing? Like, what
Man.
what what exactly was it? And so, we tell ourselves like life happens, or you just get busy, and that's initially what I told myself. But then I really thought about it, and I was like, it's no real reason 15 years ago I was no real reason for me to stop drawing. Because I love it. I mean, I find it therapeutic, and it helps me focus on the details of things.
What stands out to me in that's crazy is you went 15 years.
15 years, man. 15 years with just nothing. Like, I literally no serious drawings, no sketching, no drawing an eye or a hand or anything. And after talking with little Kayla and her asking me to do that, it just sparked something in me. Like, I can't stop drawing. But what I find the blessing for me is that I view drawing differently now. Because when I was growing up, man, that was just like something to do, have fun with, and I just did it. But I didn't really appreciate what I was doing. When you mentioned gifts, I never looked at myself as an artist before. I never looked at that as a gift. I just thought it was just something that I could do, and I just did it.
Was it that it came so naturally when you were younger? Like, what's interesting to me about this, first of all, is I'm gonna have to repost something, so people see, like, cause I think we talking about it and they might not realize
Right.
the type of artist you are. And I'm serious. Like, when I saw your work,
Mm-hmm.
just being someone that knows you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, for me, it's like, how is it possible?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, how is it possible that someone could do something this good and they don't do it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely gonna post some of your work on my
Definitely.
Instagram or something, Facebook, because I want people to be able to see and put this conversation with that.
Definitely.
But what's crazy to me is, like, sometimes when we're younger, we don't value the gifts that God gave us. Like you said,
True.
you didn't even look at it
No.
as a gift. So my question is, like, what would you do differently if you were, if it were 15 years ago again? Would you
Mm-hmm.
stop drawing? Would you view it differently? Is there anything that you would change if you went back?
Um, I would just allow myself to really look at myself, I guess, the way other people saw it. Because like you said, and like I said earlier, you don't really know how to appreciate a thing until you either lose it or you just stop doing it. And I would have just probably embraced the ability for what it was. I can't really explain it because I can't remember why I stopped. I
Wow.
can't remember why I stopped. I just, but it's literally been exactly 15 years. Like, it's been exactly 15 years. And I don't know what I would do differently, man. But I know now in this journey, like, since I've been doing it the last couple of months, I find a different type of like a therapy for me, and when I was coming up doing it, the one thing that stands out to me the most, I would always consult my dad, Alex Vaught Jr., um, and have him take a look at it for me. Because I never thought it was good enough, ever thought it was good enough.
Wow.
And so he would look at him like, just tweak this, and he would tell me about different details.
Now, was he an artist as well?
Yeah, he can draw too.
Okay.
But he draws different stuff, like more abstract type stuff.
Okay.
I love portraits. I love drawing people because no two people are the same. Even if you're twins, no two people are the same. And I love faces. I love eyes, different faces and stuff. But my father really helped me understand if I really want to perfect this thing, focus on the details. And so I didn't listen to him then, but now that's the one thing that sticks with me. And it almost brings me to tears because it's like my father helped me with that. Now, my father's a great man. He helped me with many things. My brothers and I, Adam and Aaron, he helped us with many things, him and my mom. But as a man, he really helped me understand, just focus on the details and just be more patient with your hands, And so I didn't appreciate that then, but I do now. And so I think my work and then my goals and my aspirations with what I'm doing are more focused now. They're more saturated, and I think I'm pouring myself into it more than I ever have.
That's dope, man. So how long does it take you to finish a portrait? Because I've seen some of the work and it's very detailed.
Yeah, I can do like a full face probably in a good 3 hours. Just sitting 3 hours straight.
Oh,
Yeah, 3 hours.
I thought you
Yeah.
was about to say 3 days.
No, about 3 hours, man. Because I've been since I've started back up, I've been focusing on different techniques that'll get me there quicker. Because I'm remembering different techniques that I used to practice anyway, and I'm just kind of perfecting and tweaking them now. And so I've been telling people, because a lot of people have been reaching out to me online, and I've been telling people in the last couple of months, I'm just practicing, and which I really am, because I want my stuff to be eventually as photorealistic as possible. Now, there are guys out there that are doing it. They're doing it like you can't tell the difference between a black and white photo and the real thing.
Wow.
And I want to get to that. I'm very happy where I'm at now with it, but I eventually want to get to that, and I want to retain some of the art quality of it, though.
Yeah,
because
like so that it has a uniqueness about it.
exactly. Yeah, I don't need it to look literally line for line like a photo, but I want it to be as photorealistic as possible. And then, I'll be happy. And my wife keeps asking me, like, what do you plan to do with this? And I said, right now it's a personal goal. But I said, what I'm finding within myself is that it's helping me to just focus better on other things. It's really weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real.
So walking, man, look, that's a very important thing. Like listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You don't come on this show and get to just preach. And,
yeah.
And then like, hold on, brother.
Right,
I ain't bring you in here for that.
Right.
Hold on.
To outshine you.
No, but in all seriousness, what you just said was actually powerful. Because now what you're talking about, and a lot of what I try to build this show on is self-development. Not for some monetary gain, not for anything other than the fact that God called and purposed you to do something. But if you really peel back the layer of what you're saying, you're saying by walking in this gift, it's actually making you better in other areas of your life.
Literally. It literally is.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So there could be someone out there who is sleeping on a hidden talent. And what they really may be sleeping on is further developing themselves. I think sometimes we belittle and underestimate the gifts that God has given us when we think the gift is only about what opportunity it can give us.
Exactly. I think that's absolutely right. That's a very powerful statement in and of itself, man. And I think that once you discover a particular calling or just something that you were really good at that God gave you, it can other gifts can stand on the shoulders of that. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, for me, my primary focus is like, because I love film, video, photography. I love that stuff, and I do it, and I want to do that like full time, like immerse myself in it. But when I do that work, in these past couple of years, I've been doing it about 5-6 years now. I don't feel that work is as sharp as it could be yet,
Wow.
And so, in training my eye with drawing, it helps me with the video work and then the photography. It gives me a certain level of patience and calmness and takes away the anxiousness of seeing the finished product. It helps me breathe better. It helps me just look at things through a different lens than I did when I was a younger man.
So you are literally, and I really want someone to grab onto what you're saying right now. You are literally becoming a better person.
Yes, definitely. I was talking to my wife about this the other day.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've been explaining it to her, because it's like, dude, like, I can't stop drawing, and I keep posting stuff out there, whether people like it or not.
Where do they find it at, by the way? Like, where can they see this artwork?
Well, right now, I haven't set it up on my website yet, so I am just putting it on Facebook and Instagram. Like, right now, they can go to AV3 Media Works, at AV3 Media Works on Instagram, and I have them all compiled together right there. Right.
So that's the letter A, the letter V, number 3.
The number 3.
Media Works.
Media Works.
At AV3 Media Works. So check that page out on Instagram.
Yeah.
So that you can see this artwork that we're talking about. And then Facebook, do you want to give people your Facebook name, or you want? Yeah, there might be some crazy people out there. I can't make no promises, bro.
Yeah, I like IG a lot better. It's a little bit more control. But yeah, on Facebook, I'm Alex Vaught III. But on IG, I love it because it's just a lot more, I think, focused on what you're trying to do.
Yeah, yeah, especially what you're doing, artworks.
Yeah.
Now, what's your website? I know it's not on the website yet, but
Yep.
we'll get into some of the other things that you do. So what is the website?
It's www.av3mediaworks.com. That's av3mediaworks.com.
I like it when people, you know what, when all your stuff the same.
Yeah.
Because mine ain't like that. I'm going to tell you that right now, bro.
Right. Yeah.
We ain't even going to get into me. My stuff is all over the place. I just be making up names in the moment.
Yeah.
But you want to find Alex Vaught III, it's av3mediaworks.com.
Yes.
And at av3mediaworks on IG. So tell us briefly about, some of the other things that you do, right? I mean, I really wanted to capture the essence of the hidden talent today, but you have some other talents that I did know about as it relates to videography and film and photos. So tell us a little bit about that and maybe how that may even, how's that being impacted? And you talked a little bit about it, but by you getting back into your artistic work.
Definitely. So I run a small media firm called AV3 Media Works, and what we focus on is short films, web series, documentaries, weddings, things like that. What I love about film and doing video and photography, and what I've loved for ever since I was a kid, is that I love how things work behind the scenes. If I see a film, an explosion, visual effects, I want to know, how did they do that? How did they arrive at that? And so I really got into it for that. I went to school and I have a degree, a bachelor's of science in media arts and animation, and I learned how to do compositing and different techniques to bring film and animation together, to marry them together. And that's all really a lot of the visual effects you see in film art is just animations and compositing with real stuff. And so I learned all that because I love the mechanics of a thing. I love how things work. And I think that's the beauty of drawing, is that I sit down and I put something together with a pencil in my hand. The mechanics of it it's just the beauty of it for me. Just the harmony of it. If you take your watch apart and look inside your watch, just to watch how all those little mechanisms work together, it fascinates me. So that's why I love film.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's why I love film and video, because it's not so much the finished product that we're entertained by, it's how we arrived at that. Like, I love to see actors work, because I couldn't be an actor, but I love seeing actors work. Because
could be. But
really? Okay.
You're a crazy guy.
Yeah, but the way they process and try and arrive at a real person in their mind, it fascinates me. But I love being behind the camera. So with AV3 Media Works, that's what we focus on. We focus on a lot of different types of video content, and I'm building my brand a lot more, and I have a couple of projects that I'm actually working on right now. It was a play by a gentleman named Jervis Canny, a good friend of mine of Jervis Canny Entertainment. He presented a play that he did called When Loving You Is Hurting Me. It was a play, he did very well with it, and he's looking to shop it around down in Atlanta to a couple of production companies. So I will be shooting that and editing that for him, and he's probably going to try and make it a film. We'll definitely see there. But I'm currently working on a project with Mr. Jonathan David Gibson of For His Purpose Studios. And we're working on a faith-based project called Michigan Crime Special Victims Unit. And it's a 2-episode Christian crime drama. So I'll be the director of photography on that. So AV3 Media Works, we're doing a lot of good stuff, man. I love being a part of faith-based projects because, man, there's so much trash out there, right? So
right.
I want to, I love what you're doing, man, because your whole thing is about inspiring people. There's a lot of people, man, that are just down and out. They don't know where to look for good content to inspire them, right? Or good things to listen to. I mean, we've got so much garbage out there on a political front.
So much.
Yeah, in society. And so I love being a part of projects that mean something and that will definitely make a difference. And like I said, I always love the meticulous mechanics behind a thing. So that's why I love being a director of photography, cinematographer, videographer, So.
You know what, man? And I appreciate that. One of the things I like about you as a person, I don't think I've ever actually told you this.
Mm-hmm.
I really like detailed people, but not necessarily, okay, I don't want to offend someone who may be listening.
Right,
not necessarily OCD people.
Right, definitely.
But people who have a deep appreciation for something. That intrigues me.
Yeah.
So I told you about Lavelle before y'all met, before I introduced y'all.
Yeah.
You and Lavelle both have degrees in, his is in theater, yours is in film.
Media arts and
media
animation.
arts, right.
Yes.
So similar. You get what I mean?
Yes.
And when I talk to y'all and hear how y'all talk about movies,
mm-hmm.
y'all will make a movie seem better than the movie. But
Right,
I don't mean that in a bad way.
Right,
It's like,
right.
I almost would just rather hear y'all talk about it than watch it. And do you remember one time we were kicking it and you mentioned a movie?
Yes.
And I was like, dude, I know a person that's gonna know that movie.
Yeah, yep. And he knew it.
And he knew it. Like,
I love that, man. He knew it.
but that's what I like about you. That's what I appreciate about you. And I'll tell you why I appreciate that about you and people like you as well. Is that y'all don't miss the point.
Right.
You know, like there's sometimes, like I would imagine if I was an actor and you or Lavelle was watching my movie, I would be so happy because y'all didn't just like it on the surface level. Y'all appreciated I hear y'all break down like the small things about, you know, art. And as an artist, you know, I know that that's appreciated, but that's something that I've enjoyed about you. And, you know, we laugh a lot, man. I definitely appreciate you coming on the show. I want to make sure that people check out the work you're doing. Again, it's at AV3 Media Works on Instagram and also av3mediaworks.com. I'll give you the last word before we get out of here, man. Anything you might want to share to inspire the people in their hidden talents and in the things that, you know, that they're maybe, you know, a lot of times when people have a talent, they start feeling like it's useless and they put it down. You know, what would you say to that person out there?
I would definitely say if there's something that something just inside of you, whatever it is, don't ignore it. Don't pass it up. And don't, you know, focus on necessarily marketing it. Focus on how it will make you feel. You know, market it to yourself. You know, and give yourself permission to fully become immersed in the gifts that God has given you. And don't ignore it. Don't pass it up. That's really all I can say, man. Just don't ignore it. And sometimes you have to remember, you know, just remember what God gave you and don't forget. Yeah,
Alex Vaught III, thank you for joining the show, bro.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
And don't forget.
If you looking for me, I be in my own world. Create for the creator when I'm in my own world. I surf below the surface, it's layers to my purpose. Inspire God's people when I'm in my own world. Look in the sky, ain't no stars in it. The art is all natural and authentic. Rivers of love, we swimming for us. We can't drown if we fall in it. If you looking for me, I be in my own world. Create for the creator when I'm in my own world. I surf below the surface, it's layers to my purpose. Inspire God's people when I'm in my own world.